Sergei Bobrovsky. Wow. See that? Drops the stick, gets over there, makes the blocker save. You're looking at your highlight limit. And vote for him because he is the champion. Have your say. Log on to tsn.ca/1v1 to vote.
Two-time Vezina winner. He's my good buddy. We've never met, but I like to think we have a spiritual connection.
Sergei Bobrovsky.
Gonna try it all on this show. It's SportsCenter with Jay and Dan. Thrilled that you could join us on the final show of this terrific week. It's been such a great week. And we're actually gonna start with basketball, Dan, because the Toronto Raptors were in action and taking on a Knicks team with Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn.
That's right. You wanted the unicorn graphic, but I didn't put in the request.
So producer Tim for sure will never get it in time for these highlights.
No. Unicorn watch. The unicorn is what many have taken to calling the Knicks Kristaps Porzingis, and now you can too. Why? I thought I was coming back on camera. Why? Does he look like one? Smell like one? Run like one? No. Kevin Durant essentially handed him the nickname back in 2016 when he called Porzingis a unicorn. The Raptors, by the way, they've beaten the Knicks 7 straight times, coming off a 2-1 road trip. By the way, judging by social media, Natasha Stanishevsky at this game. She's posting some Instagram stories and such. Thanks for getting us the night off, producer Tim.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tim. We'd like to go sit courtside.
Toronto going upstairs in the second. DeRozan. Oh. Natasha really enjoyed watching that. Next trip down at 6 foot. Lowry guarding 7'3" Kristaps Porzingis, and the NBA's third leading scorer can't take advantage. And Lowry gets past Porzingis to Siakam again. Deja vu for Lowry and Siakam. Beautiful no-look pass. Cantor gets stuffed by Jonas Valanciunas. DeRozan other way, steps through Porzingis. 4-2. New York shot 32% for the game. Porzingis averaging 29 points going in, countered by Siakam, and this one loses it. Again, it's DeRozan in transition for another easy basket, 2 of his 22 points. We cut to a Natasha Stanishevsky crowd shot. Tim didn't get that either. He went to Porzingis instead. Raptors win big, and they allow a season low in points, 84. Casey on Siakam's defense.
I thought he did a good job, as you can do against Porzingis, who's a very dynamic offensive player, and he did a decent job on him. But overall, I was really impressed with our overall defense. We were on point, made a few breakdowns, but I thought we did a good job.
We came out aggressive. You know, we contested everything. We tried to rebound every time we got to stop, because we understand once we get stops and get out in transition, we tough to guard, and you know, you see the outcome.
Our friend Sergei Bobrovsky is red hot, but enough about that. Let's see how things went on Friday when I guest hosted the hit CTV show, The Social.
You know, Julie, growing up on the Canadian prairies, we were always eating seafood chowder.
Yes. Incredible stuff. I'd be surprised if they didn't ask me back. To the games, Rangers and Blue Jackets. This is the third meeting this season between Metro rivals. Bobrovsky, 1 win and 1 loss. Bobrovsky keeps it out. I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions. I'll answer immediately, Bobrovsky. That's a great call by Jeff Rimmer, Bobrovsky. He made all 12 stops in the first. He's already the reigning 1v1 champ. There is precedent, producer Tim just informed me. There is precedent, so we could see Bobrovsky versus Bobrovsky. Here, we see Dubinsky to Werenski. Dubinsky to Werenski. And we were wondering who the bread man was. It's Artemi Panarin. Panera Bread.
Ah!
Bobrovsky, 36 saves, second shot of the year. Bobrovsky, Panarin, flyer attack.
Sabres and Red Wings playing at the brand new Little Caesars Arena. The facility's already played host to a few strange moments. The arena was built with a third gate in the middle of each bench. The NHL said, nah. So they had them seal it up with duct tape, I believe, on Wednesday. Thomas Tatar shared this video of the first time he stepped on the ice back in September, wiped out, forgot to take off his skate guards. And I thought you stopped, once you got to the NHL, skate guards, you stopped for 9 games. Detroit wins this one 3-1. The Flames' Matthew Tkachuk suspended 1 game for unsportsmanlike conduct against the Red Wings on Wednesday. Tkachuk given a 5-minute major penalty for spearing and game misconduct after hitting Luke Witkowski on the leg while the Red Wings forward was skating off the ice.
Meanwhile, LeBron and the Cavs were riding a 3-game win streak when they hosted the Clippers Friday. But enough about that. Here's another clip from my guest hosting stint on Friday's edition of CTV's The Social.
Yeah, but you probably experimenting with baking is a little different.
A little bit different and more of a science.
And more of a science.
The ladies thought they were getting some, but that was not happening. The Social, CTV afternoons. Watch it if you're home. Clippers, Cavs, third quarter, Blake Griffin kneeing Jay Crowder in the groin. No call. Crowder gets the only foul, and he was hit the testicles. Dan, I know The Social would love to have you guest hosting.
Can't wait. It's going to be a fun time when that never happens.
Fourth quarter now. Cavs down 8. LeBron working against Austin Rivers. Scoops it. Clippers. For them, defense is just a suggestion. LeBron, 39 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. We're tied, 4 seconds left, and the Cavs have another chance. LeBron gets the inbounds. Tough shot, and Kevin Love can't get the rebounds. We're off to overtime where the Clippers just refuse to play deep. Cavs score the first 6 points in overtime and win 118-113.
The NFL once again dealing with inappropriate off-field actions by one of its stars. Jameis Winston is the one in the spotlight because of what allegedly happened inside an Uber in 2016. Winston, who was alone and being driven by a female driver, was described as behaving poorly the entire ride, at times shouting homophobic slurs at pedestrians. And that wasn't it. The accuser says the two were alone at a drive-through restaurant when Winston groped her, holding his hand on her for several seconds. The accuser reported the incident to Uber the next day, and Winston was immediately banned from using the service. The NFL is investigating. Winston denies the allegations, part of a statement he posted on Instagram. Quote, "The story falsely accuses me of making inappropriate contact with this driver. I believe the driver was confused as to the number of passengers in the car and who was sitting next to her. The accusation is false, and given the nature of the allegation and increased awareness and consideration of these types of matters, I'm addressing these false reports immediately. At the time of the alleged incident, I denied the allegations to Uber, yet they still decided to suspend my account." Close quote. Winston has had trouble off the field frequently in his time at Florida State. Charges were never filed against him after he was accused of rape in 2012. In 2014 alone, he was cited for shoplifting, suspended a game for yelling an obscene phrase, and investigated for allegedly signing autographs for money. Still to come, going after Goodell with everything he's got. The latest on the Jerry Jones versus the NFL commish saga is next.
Yes, let's crank that music. Heading into the weekend, it's the Sens and Yotes on Saturday afternoon. Viewers in the Sens region can see it at 2 Eastern, 3 Atlantic on TSN 5. On Saturday, we'll be without Chris Weidman. He suffered a ripped hamstring Thursday night. We saw him get helped off the ice. And meanwhile, the Montreal Canadiens, a devastating loss to Arizona. Arizona picking off their first regulation win against Montreal Thursday night. But no bag skate for the Habs. Instead, working on details on Friday.
this will be a 3rd and 5 nights, so if we want a chance to win, there's other ways, I think, of doing it right now than the punishment skate, because the punishment skate is going to punish us tomorrow night as well. But there's other ways of doing it, and we've taken charge of that.
Austin Matthews back at least practice Friday. He's a game-time decision for Saturday's game against the Habs. Believes he's making progress, though. Babcock, easily sweatiest coach in the NHL after practice.
He's out there working harder than half the players, I think.
You lost a cord.
And my cord, I lost a cord here.
I'm gonna have to put this back in. This is not good TV right here.
Ah, you're good. We got time.
Figure it later.
It's Friday.
Oilers GM Peter Chiarelli spoke about his team's disappointing start to the season Friday. Edmonton currently second last in the Western Conference. Chiarelli believes the team did a poor job of managing preseason expectations that they were Stanley Cup contenders. He also added, quote, "We were behind the 8 ball to start for a number of reasons. Execution was one of them. Now we're in recovery mode and you lose runway." So that's where we are. It's a grind. We've got to get some traction.
I wonder, how did they handle expectations poorly?
Yeah, I mean...
They were asked the question a million times. I don't know how else you're supposed to answer it. They're like, well, you know, we're going to play
you know,
the
it just
season.
comes down, they've had scoring chances, they just haven't finished a ton. And I'm not sure if detailing how bad your team has been, if you're the one who put the team together, is like it was the Marc Bergevin thing at the beginning of the season, but I don't know if that really helped them either.
Yeah, he's in the driver's seat of the bus, and that thing's in reverse.
Yeah, it really is right now anyway.
New details have emerged about the relationship between Cowboys owner Jerry Jones and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. Ezekiel Elliott was suspended 6 games in August. Jones felt betrayed, telling Goodell, quote, "I'm going to come after you with everything I have," according to ESPN. Jones has threatened to sue the league if a contract extension for Goodell goes through. You get that figured out over there?
No, I haven't. I don't have it figured out.
So yeah, this is not going to be a happy ending when you know Jones is not backing down. He's a rich man who feels he needs to win.
The most surprising detail that came out Friday from these phone conversations that apparently someone in the Cowboys organization is leaking out. Daniel Snyder is Jerry Jones's greatest ally against Roger Goodell. Aren't the Redskins and Cowboys the most natural rivals?
Yeah.
2 of them in the NFL. It's very strange to me. Danica Patrick, meanwhile, says she'll retire after next year's Indy 500. She will also race in the Daytona 500.
So this will be my last season as a full-time driver. My sister told me I was supposed to get emotional. I said I wouldn't. As I said to many of you years ago, if it's gonna not get better, I don't want to do it because it's not fun. Here I am. It's not fun. So, you know, my urgency to push to keep doing everything was just not really there. What I've always wanted is to just be remembered as a great driver. And, you know, then remembered as a girl. I don't care if you remember me as a girl. Of course I am. It's pretty obvious. But to be remembered as a great driver. That's it.
She didn't win any NASCAR races, but I'll give her this. Personally, she was my kid's favorite driver. They watched races because she was in them. So
yeah, I think she got a lot of young women into racing.
Yeah.
You know, got them following it. You can't deny the influence she had on the sport.
And you shake her hand, she crushes your hand.
Yeah, we had her on our other show.
Yeah.
A very successful show in the States that we did.
Capitals defenseman Taylor Chorney was fielding questions during a media scrum when Tom Wilson video bombs him before placing a pair of shorts where his towel should have been, and Chorney doesn't even notice, wiping his head with it.
Ugh.
So that's not a towel, those are shorts.
Yeah, those are, I think they're called compression shorts.
Okay.
They compress all the things around your legs.
Tom Wilson, he was not the only person lurking in the background of a scrum this week. We noticed it's become a widespread phenomenon. Which brings us to this week's edition of our new favorite segment, NHL Scrum Lurkers. NHL Scrum Lurkers.
That's a good segment.
It is.
When we come back, Jenny Awards. Rangers and Blue Jackets. Robbing Brendan Smith with the pass. He is just making amazing save after amazing save. Sergei Bobrovsky.
Nixon wraps Kyle Lowry just on the other side of half, throws it up to DeMar DeRozan. That's the oop end of the alley as he tickles the hoop.
That's a chemistry play right there. Those guys have played so
College hoops. Southern facing Duke. Mubashar Ali goes to throw it down. Javon Delorier. The massive, like Karch Karai. Massive block.
Blake Griffin looking to create space with Jay Crowder defending against him. Griffin gets his knee up and hits Crowder. It says here below the belt. The testicles are below the belt.
College hockey. Boston College, New Hampshire. Leafs prospect Joseph Wall caught wandering, dives back in time to make an outstanding stop. And then flicks it away with the stick. How about that? As I'm sure all of our viewers are aware, I am currently renovating my kitchen. And Dan here just had to close a restaurant in his hometown that only served ranch dressing. So long, Dranch Restaurant.
So we need to make some bread on the side. How? Oh, we're getting into the app game, for real. It's time for the Jay and Dan App Store. These are apps that don't exist, but they should.
Halifax Machine. If you're looking for the latest information on potential CFL expansion franchises in Halifax, download the Halifax Machine app. Connect your phone to your home printer and receive a slow printout of all the latest scoops. How is this different from just sending a Word document over an email and printing it? It's not different at all.
World Cope. This app is for soccer fans in the United States, Chile, the Netherlands, and Italy. If you're having a tough time coping with your country's national team not qualifying for the World Cup, download the World Cope app for handy tips on things you can do instead during the tournament.
And finally, Tri-Rod, specifically designed for Bills head coach Sean McDermott. The Tri-Rod app will alert you when you should take out Nathan Peterman and maybe try putting back in Tyrod Taylor as your quarterback. Alerts start immediately on Sunday morning. It's the Jay and Dan App Store. Apps that don't exist, but should.
Yeah. App game. Is there money to be made there?
Big time. And that's why we're doing it. So just wait for that money to come in.
The MLB offseason off to a slow start, and with a weak free agent class and a limited payroll, a lot of people asking, what are the Blue Jays going to do?
To get the answer, we turn to the insights of our longtime sports insider, Tip Withers.
It's your boy Tip Withers. The baseball offseason promises to be full of trades, signings, and forgetting that it's the baseball offseason. So here are my top 3 under-the-radar targets for the Blue Jays. If this year's World Series proved anything, it's that hitting home runs is effective and makes you look cool as hell. That's why I believe the Blue Jays will target Carlos Santana. No, not that Carlos Santana. This Carlos Santana. This guy is a hit machine. With hit after hit after hit, his transition to MLB pitching will be smooth. Next, reliable pitching will be crucial, so keep an eye on the Curvemaster Pitch Machine 3600. Operated by Kevin, the Curvemaster Pitch Machine 3600 is the most accurate pitcher currently on the market. It's cost-effective at $79.99, comes with a 10-year warranty, and its only contract request is a really long extension cord. Finally, the Jays will look to add another veteran, and I believe that veteran is Sonny Rockford. Now, let's get the obvious out of the way. Sonny was born in 1936 and has time traveled to the present to disprove that his era of baseball was worse than today's. He hits with the skinniest bat you've ever seen, and I've been told that he is grasping the internet with minimal freakouts.
Tip. Good to have him on board.
It's time for the Jay and Dan mailbag. It's a Friday tradition. First question from Dylan Nadwadny. When is it actually acceptable to start playing Christmas music?
For me, I thought it was after U.S. Thanksgiving, which is after next week. But you're saying it's actually acceptable to play it sooner.
Yeah, the day after Remembrance Day, because you devote the entire part of the 1st of November to veterans, and
which
then you crank that Christmas music the 12th
on the 12th, right on the 12th, 8 a.m. Crank it.
As soon as the show's over, I'm in the car, literally, on that Christmas
playing Boney M. Jeff Holds asks, in honor of Movember, who are your favorite athletes that don the stash? Dan, I want to give a special shout out to a friend of SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, Adam Henrique of the New Jersey Devils. He's working with Movember right now, doing a terrific job. I got to say, he looks great with the stash, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm going old school. How about Dave Babbage? Look at that. He was even growing the neck hair out.
Man, he's shaving down. You know you've got chest hair when you got to shave down to that level of the neck there.
And,
those Hartford Whalers jerseys, so cool.
And finally, Laura Kindle of Devon, Alberta. Hey, Devon, we went there for a craft tour stop.
A shout out to the folks at Florida Pizza, Flow Pie.
Good pizza. She asks, or he asks, you guys inspired us by calling McDavid Connie. Have any other Oilers nicknames that we can sing about? Perhaps something that actually has a possibility of a rhyming word.
Okay, we came up with a few. They don't rhyme, but Darnell Nurse makes sense that he'd be the doctor. Cam Talbot would be a tall robot. And Eric Gryba would be the Gry Baby. But I think you have the best one of all.
Claff bomb, you're my claff bomb.
This has been the Jay and Dan mailbag.
The first leg of the Eastern Conference Championship. Columbus, Toronto FC goes Tuesday on TSN.
And before the top 10 moments of the past week, a moment that tops them all. Me showing my body sculpting technique on Friday's edition of the hit CTV show, The Social. Pretty impressive.
Some more raw turkey, please.
That's what we have over on our craft services table. Freshly prepared raw turkeys. Everyone, you get a turkey. You get a turkey. I wish we had a craft services table.
We certainly do not.
Okay, this is exciting. It's time for our very popular segment, Awkward Bro Greetings. This, however, is a non-bro edition. We go to the Fight Night Sydney weigh-in from the UFC. Beck Rawlings, Jessica Rose Clark do not know how to shake hands. And a weird hug.
It's time now to take a look at
This has been Awkward Bro Greetings, non-bro edition.
You blew it. Doesn't come into play on Fridays because it's a mail-it-in day. So.
Yeah, so really all the mistakes we made are expected. We kind of set you up for that at the beginning of the show. But we do have to mention our Movember efforts. We are attempting to raise as much money as we can for men's health. There you see in the bottom of the screen. That's the address to go donate to our efforts. And I guess I'm always first.
What are the weekend plans for this little lip duster?
Yeah, I'm taking it on a plane across the country. So hopefully...
You're really leaning back. I can barely
Oh, sorry. Hopefully it doesn't get any diseases.
Okay.
Okay, and here's Dan. There we go. How about you? What are the weekend plans for this old brown dust?
Christmas carols and eggnog.
Okay, just singing.
And Coors Lights.
Okay.
No food.
No.
Just eggnog.
Just eggnog,
Coors Light.
then an eggnog. You at least rotate them.
I will.
Yeah. All weekend long.